Hi there folks, and welcome back to another one-stop trivia Big Sunday quiz. My name is Sean and I'm your quizmaster as usual. Hope you are still enjoying the trivia. Hope you're still staying safe at home as well. So we're back for another big quiz. I hope you're all ready and rearing. Okay, so we'll get on with it, I think. So a couple of things actually. First of all, before we do it, as with any quiz, we say no cheating. There's no point doing it. You're just playing for fun. The other thing, when I'm asking the questions, please don't put any answers into the comments section because there are other people playing that might spoil it for them if they're playing along as well. Okay, so just play along on pen and paper at home. Okay, doesn't mean you can't have a bit of banter in the comments section though if you want. Okay, so before we get started as well, a usual spiel. This is a free quiz that I provide. It's all done free of charge for you, but if you've got an extra £1 or $1 or anything to spare from not travelling due to lockdown or going to the pub or out socialising or having any kind of life at all, please consider making a small donation to charity. I try and raise money here in Phnom Penh for the Ao Khao Foundation. Their website there is kidsneededucation.org. It's up at the top left on all of my quizzes. It's the only free primary school here in Phnom Penh. Basically all the schools are fee paying of some sort or other, and most people can't afford to send their children to school. So this school here, because it's all free, even things like uniforms are provided, these kids can get an education that otherwise they wouldn't be able to get. So it helps them get themselves out of poverty as well. So if you are able to make a donation via the website, it's very much appreciated. Even just, very small amount, £1 or $1, it all goes a long way. So yeah, thank you very much if you are able to do that, or if there's any other charity that you feel is worthwhile, give it a go. Generally they're all good. Okay, so we'll get on with the questions then, shall we? So, first round, as usual, general knowledge. Here we go. So, question number 1. What does IQ stand for? Okay, so IQ, obviously an acronym. What do the initials IQ stand for? Okay. Enough time, hopefully a nice easy one to start with. But question number 2, which beer markets itself as the king of beers? Personally, I think it might be a bit of a bit of license on their part calling it the king of beers. I don't think it's that great, but which beer markets itself as the king of beers? Question number 3. In astrology, which 3 signs of the zodiac are known as air signs? Okay, so obviously there's 12 signs of the zodiac. They're split into 4 groups as well, air, water, fire and earth signs, I believe it is. So which 3 are the air signs? If we're looking for all 3 of them, get a point for each. Okay, so what are the 3 air signs? Question number 4. Which famous diarist wrote a diary in the form of letters to a person named Kitty? Okay, so very, very famous diary. It's not one I've actually read myself, but a lot of people have. So which famous diarist wrote a diary in the form of letters to a person named Kitty? Just wondering if that's where Hello Kitty came from. That'd be a bit of a weird connection. Question number 5, here we go. Who was the first ever wrestler to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? Obviously WWE, formerly known as WWF, but after legal fights with the World Wildlife Foundation, they changed to WWE. So who was the first ever wrestler inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? And question number 6, here we go. The month July was named after whom? Okay, so obviously talking English language here, but so if speaking French or German, you wouldn't be calling it July, but something similar. So the month July was named after whom? Okay, so quick recap. Here we go. Oh, gone ahead there, sorry. So go the right way in the question. So question number 1, what does IQ stand for? Question number 2, which beer markets itself as the king of beers? Question number 3, in astrology, which 3 signs of the zodiac are known as air signs? Question number 4, which famous diarist wrote a diary in the form of letters to a person named Kitty? Question number 5, who was the first ever wrestler to be inducted into the Hall of Fame? And the month July was named after whom? Or after who? Okay, so I hope you've got your answers down. Let's check them out. Here we go. So number 1, IQ stands for intelligence quotient. Okay, intelligence quotient. If you got one of the 2 of them, give yourself a half point. I think there's probably a few people out there who said intelligence quota. That's what I always used to think it was. Number 2 is Budweiser is the king of beers, apparently. Not that I'd agree. Number 3, the air signs are Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Okay, so 1 point for each of those that you got. Number 4, the diarist was Anne Frank. So obviously the Diary of Anne Frank. Question number 5, the wrestler was Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant. And number 6, July was named after Julius Caesar. Okay, so 8 points up for grabs there. So keep a note of your scores. We'll tally them up at the end and pop your scores in the comments. Let us know how you do. But moving on anyway, round number 2, here we go, science. I haven't bothered thinking up any puns this week, it takes a lot. So, science, in computer terminology, what does the acronym RAM stand for? Obviously RAM is something that your computer has and needs, but what does RAM stand for? Okay, so what does the acronym RAM, R-A-M, stand for? Question number 2. What is the longest bone in the human body? No jokes, please. Talking to you guys out there. Okay, so which is the longest bone in the human body? Question number 3. In which year was Halley's Comet last visible from Earth? Was it 1986, 1987, or 1988? Okay, so Halley's Comet appears every so often. Which year was it last visible? Was it 86, 87, or 88? Question number 4. The French-built Exocet missile is named after which type of animal? Okay, so the French-built Exocet missile is named after which type of animal? If you speak French, this one will be quite easy, I'm assuming. Question number 5. Where in the human body are the ossicles? Again, no joking. Where in the human body are the ossicles? And question number 6. Which is hotter? The surface of the sun or a bolt of lightning? Okay, so which is hotter? The surface of the sun or a bolt of lightning? Bit of a thinker, this one, because you'd assume one, but then is he bluffing? Is he not? Who knows? We'll find out soon. So, quick recap. Question 1, in computer terminology, what does the acronym RAM stand for? Number 2, which is the longest bone in the human body? Question number 3, in which year was Halley's Comet last visible from Earth? Was it 1986, 1987 or 1988? Question number 4, the French-built Exocet missile is named after which type of animal? Question number 5, where in the human body are the ossicles? And question number 6, which is hotter, the surface of the sun or a bolt of lightning? Oh, helps if I remember and move these screens, sorry. So 4, French-built Exocet missile is named after which type of animal? 5, where in the body are the ossicles? And 6, which is hotter, surface of the sun or a bolt of lightning? Okay, so hopefully you've all got your answers down. Let's have a look, see how you did. Number 1, RAM stands for Random Access Memory. Now with this I would say if you obviously if you get all 3 you get the point. If you got 2 out of 3 you get the half point. If you only got 1, not enough. Okay. Question number 2, the longest bone in the body is the femur. The femur. Okay, question number 3, 1986 was when Halley's Comet was last visible. Number 4, the Exocet is the French word for flying fish. Flying fish. Question number 5, where in the human body are the ossicles? It's in the inner ear. It's those 3 small bones, commonly known as the hammer, the anvil and the stirrup. And question number 6, which is hotter, the surface of the sun or a bolt of lightning? It is a bolt of lightning. It's about 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun, although vastly less than the centre of the sun, which is about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, so quite a bit warmer. Okay, so again, keep note of your scores. We'll see how you did later on. So on to our next round. Again, nothing flashy with the title there. This one is sports and games. So, question number 1. How many Olympic gold medals did Usain Bolt win? Was it A, 9, B, 10 or C, 11? So obviously Usain Bolt, very successful. How many Olympic gold medals did he win? 9, 10 or 11? Question number 2. How many tiles are there in a game of Scrabble? So when I say tiles, these are the letter pieces, or the blanks, so the ones that you pull out of the bag to make the words from. How many tiles are there in a game of Scrabble? Okay. Question number 3. What was Muhammad Ali's name before he changed it to Muhammad Ali? Okay, so again, what was Muhammad Ali's name before it was Muhammad Ali? Hopefully a nice easy one that. Question number 4. On a Monopoly board, how many housing properties are there? So basically properties that you can build a house or hotel on. Okay, so not every square is a housing property, so how many housing properties are there? So it doesn't matter which version of the board you're on, they've all got the same number of properties that you can build on, as far as I'm aware. Question number 5. Owen Morgan set the record for number of sixes in a one-day international cricket match against Afghanistan at the 2019 Cricket World Cup. How many sixes did he hit? Okay, and for anyone not familiar with cricket, a six is when you hit the ball and it crosses the boundary without hitting the ground first. Okay, so you don't hit too many of them. Owen Morgan set the record in 2019. How many did he hit? Okay. If I'm feeling generous, I'll give you 1 either side as well. So if you're within 1, I'll give you that. And question number 6, which international football team currently sits at the top of FIFA's men's world rankings? So just in case anyone's watching back later, this is as of June 2020. So again, which international football team currently sits top of the FIFA men's world rankings? Okay, so quick recap, sports and games. So number 1, how many Olympic gold medals did Usain Bolt win? Was it 9, 10 or 11? Question 2, how many tiles are there in a game of Scrabble? Question 3, what was Muhammad Ali's name before he changed it to Muhammad Ali? Question number 4, on a Monopoly board, how many housing properties are there? Question number 5, Owen Morgan set the record for number of sixes in a one-day international cricket match against Afghanistan at the 2019 Cricket World Cup. How many sixes did he hit? And question number 6, which international football team currently sits top of FIFA's men's world rankings? So again, as of June 2020. Obviously, if you're watching back at a later point, it may very well be a different team. Okay, so got all your answers down. Let's have a look. Number 1, he won 9 Olympic golds. So he won the 100 meters, the 200 meters, and the 4x100 relay at 3 consecutive Olympic Games. Although he actually lost the 2008 relay gold about 9 years afterwards due to a teammate's doping disqualification. But he won 9 of them. He ended up with 8 of them. But we're looking for 9. Question 2, how many tiles are there in a game of Scrabble? There are 100 tiles. Question 3, Muhammad Ali's name before Muhammad Ali was Cassius Clay. Okay. Number 4, on a Monopoly board there are 22 housing properties. Okay. Owen Morgan hit 17 sixes in a one-day match, is pretty impressive. And currently Belgium atop of FIFA's men's world rankings. Okay, so I hope you got all those. Now we're going on to round number 4. This is our picture round. All I want you to do is identify the actor or actress. There is a slight, bit of a theme to it though. Something to trip you up a little bit. Hopefully you'll be able to get them though. So, who is this? Number 1. I'll just sit here and listen to the background music that I'll add later. Okay, who's this? And who's this in number 3? And number 4, who's this? And number 5. And number 6. Okay, so we'll go for a quick recap. Hopefully you've figured it, but these are all men dressed as women or women dressed as men. So, who's this in number 1? Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. And number 6. Okay, so I hope you got all those. This round was a bit of a gender bender, as they say. So let's go through the answers. Number 1 was Tim Curry, obviously from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Number 2 was Kate Blanchett as Bob Dylan in I'm Not There. Number 3 was Glenn Close from the movie Albert Nobbs. Again, no jokes please. Number 4 was Tom Hanks in the TV show Bosom Buddies? Number 5 was Angelina Jolie from the movie Salt. And number 6 was John Travolta from the movie Hairspray. Okay, so how do you do? On to round number 5 then. This round is entertainment. Hopefully entertaining while we're at it. So, question number 1. In Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, what were the dwarves' jobs? Obviously they didn't sit around at home all day, so what were their jobs when they weren't looking after Snow White? Or being looked after by Snow White? Okay, and on to question number 2. The TV show Castle Rock is based on the works of which writer? Okay, so TV show Castle Rock is based around a series of books, all written by the same author. So which author is it? Question number 3. In George Orwell's Animal Farm, what kind of creatures are Napoleon and Snowball? Okay. So in George Orwell's Animal Farm, what kind of creatures are Napoleon and Snowball? Okay, question number 4. On the TV show Cheers, bar owner Sam Malone, played by Ted Danson, used to play which sport? Okay, so in the TV show Cheers, Ted Danson played Sam Malone, who owned the bar. What sport did he used to play? Question number 5. Which Disney movie was the first animated film to be nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards? Or the Oscars, if you will. So again, which Disney movie was the first animated film to be nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards? So not necessarily winning, because I'm not sure if it did win, but it was definitely the first to be nominated. Okay, and question number 6, here we go. Which TV series was a spin-off from the long-running show Doctor Who, its name being an anagram of Doctor Who? Okay, so this was obviously TV series Doctor Who's been going on 50 odd years now. It had a spin-off a few years back, and its name was an anagram of Doctor Who. So what was that show? Okay, so quick recap, here we go. Question 1. In Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, what were the dwarves' jobs? Number 2. The TV show Castle Rock is based on the works of which writer? Question 3. In George Orwell's Animal Farm, what kind of creatures are Napoleon and Snowball? Question 4. In the TV show Cheers, bar owner Sam Malone, played by Ted Danson, used to play which sport? Question number 5. Which Disney movie was the first animated film to be nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards? And question 6. Which TV series was a spin-off from the long-running show Doctor Who, its name being an anagram of Doctor Who? Okay, so you've got your answers down. Let's have a look and see how you did. Question number 1. The Seven Dwarfs were miners. Okay, miners. Castle Rock is based around the books of Stephen King. First season based around Shawshank Redemption. Second season was based around characters from Misery. Very good show. Question 3. Snowball and Napoleon were pigs on Animal Farm. Question number 4. Sam Malone played baseball. I believe he was a relief pitcher for the Red Sox. Question 4. The Disney movie first to be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars was Beauty and the Beast. And the TV show that was the spin-off from Doctor Who and also an anagram, it was Torchwood. Torchwood. Okay, so moving on, round number 6. This one is all about travel. Okay, so question number 1. If you were on the famous Spanish Steps, which city would you be in? Okay, so if you were on the famous Spanish Steps, which city would you be in? You see, note the capital letters there. So these steps are called the Spanish Steps, not necessarily in Spain. So which city would you be in if you were on the Spanish Steps? Number 2, in which year did the Boeing 747 make its first appearance? Okay, we'll give you 2 years either side on this one. 2 years either side. So in which year did the Boeing 747 make its first appearance? Question number 3. The flags of which 3 countries consist of a solid background with a single circle on it? Okay, so 3 flags, solid colour with a single circle of a different colour on it. What are the 3 countries? Now, I think one's pretty easy. The other two quite hard, and I would say very hard. So if you manage to get more than 1 on this, very well done. Okay. Let's find question number 4. What are the 5 busiest airports in the world by passenger traffic? So the amount of people who pass through the airport. What are the 5 busiest airports in the world? Okay, so you can give us either the name or the airport code, the IATA code, if you want. But we're looking for 5, so 5 points available here. I'll tell you what, if you get all 5, you'll get a bonus point. Feeling very generous today. Okay, so the 5 busiest airports in the world by passenger traffic. Question number 5. Getting ahead of myself. In which country are fish scales carried for good luck? Okay. So in which country are fish scales carried for good luck? I believe it started out as a sort of Christmas tradition, putting fish scales under your plate, but apparently it became carrying fish scales around with you all year. It became a good luck symbol. Bit strange, but there you go. Every country's got their own strange things. There's things you'll do that other people will think are weird as well. So don't worry about it. And question number 6, here we go. Slight tangent here, but who were the members of the Travelling Wilburys? Okay, so 5 names available here. So 5 points available. Who were the members of the Travelling Wilburys? I'll give you a few seconds on that one. Actually, we'll go over the recap anyway. So, question number 1. If you were on the famous Spanish Steps, which city would you be in? Question number 2. In which year did the Boeing 747 make its first appearance? Question number 3. The flags of which 3 countries consist of a solid background with a single circle on it? The single circle being a different colour. Question number 4. What are the 5 busiest airports in the world by passenger traffic? Again, we're looking for either the name or the IATA code, if that's what you know. And question number 5. In which country are fish scales carried for good luck? And question number 6. Who were the members of the Travelling Wilburys? Give you a couple of seconds while I stay hydrated. Okay, so on to the answers. Plenty of points available in this round. So, number 1, the Spanish Steps are in Rome. So Rome is what we're looking for there. If you just got Italy, give yourself a half point. Question Number 2, Boeing 747 appeared in 1969 with the 747-100 model. Okay, question number 3. The flags are Bangladesh, Japan and Palau. So again, if you got more than one, I'd say that's pretty well done. So Bangladesh is a green background with a red circle, Japan is obviously a white background with a red circle, and Palau is a blue background with a yellow circle. Okay, question number 4, the 5 busiest airports. And going from busiest first, we have Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta, or ATL. If you just got Atlanta or Hartsfield-Jackson, that's fine. Number 2 was Beijing Capital, which is code PEK. Number 3 was Los Angeles International, or LAX. Number 4 was Tokyo Haneda, or HND. And number 5 was Dubai International, or DXB. Okay, so number 5, fish scales are carried for good luck in the Czech Republic, apparently. Well done if you got that. I had no idea. And the members of the Travelling Wilburys are Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty, Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison and George Harrison. Okay, so point for each of those that you got. So we've got 16 points available in that round, so hope you did well. Let's move on. Round number 7 is nAgs Aram, or our anagrams round. Okay, so in each of these I will give you an anagram, and also I'll give you a clue as to what the anagram is about. So here we go. Number 1, OK Niall Thing. This is a movie or a musical. Okay, so OK Niall Thing. Okay, number 2, Shut It Now Honey. It's a singer. So Shut It Now Honey. Probably not something that you want to hear as a singer, but yeah. Shut It Now Honey. Question number 3, Amusing Me. So amusing me. This is a chemical element. Okay, so chemical element, amusing me. Okay, question number 4 is another chemical element. This one is ringtone. Ringtone. Okay, number 5, He That Forged. That is a movie. So He That Forged. And number 6 is Worst Data. So this is a singer. Worst Data. Okay, so quick recap. Here we go. So number 1, OK Niall Thing, which is a movie or a musical. I think it was the movie first. Number 2, Shut It Now Honey. A singer. Number 3 is amusing me. So this is a chemical element. Number 4 is another chemical element, which is ringtone. Number 5 is He That Forged, which is a movie. And number 6 is Worst Data, which is a singer. Okay, have you got them all? I hope so. Let's go on with the answers. So, number 1, OK Niall Thing is The Lion King. Number 2, Shut It Now Honey is Whitney Houston. Number 3, Amusing Me is Magnesium. Number 4, Ringtone is Nitrogen. Number 5, he that forged is the Godfather. And number 6, worst data is Rod Stewart. Okay, so I hope you managed to get all of those. Let's move on. Round number 8 is true or false. So I'm just going to give you 6 statements, one in each question. All you have to do is tell me if it is true or false. So, number 1. In Japan, they make ornamental triangular watermelons. Okay, so in Japan, they make ornamental triangular watermelons. Is this true or false? Okay, number 2. Since 1945, all British tanks have come equipped with tea-making facilities. As you know, you don't want to be stuck anywhere without the ability to make some tea. Don't know about scones though. So, since 1945, all British tanks have come equipped with tea-making facilities. True or false? Question number 3. Japan and Russia did not sign a peace treaty after World War II, so are technically still at war. Okay, so Japan and Russia did not sign a peace treaty after World War II, so are technically still at war. True or false? Question number 4. The Channel Tunnel is the longest rail tunnel in the world. The Channel Tunnel is the longest rail tunnel in the world. True or false? Okay, question number 5. Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas. Obviously Michael Keaton, an actor, as is Michael Douglas. So Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas. True or false? And question number 6. There is no spot in Central America more than 125 miles from the ocean. Okay, so there is no spot in Central America more than 125 miles from the ocean. True or false? Okay, so quick recap. Again, true or false for each of these. In Japan, they make ornamental triangular watermelons. Number 2, since 1945, all British tanks have come equipped with tea-making facilities. Question number 3, Japan and Russia did not sign a peace treaty after World War II, so are technically still at war. Question number 4, the Channel Tunnel is the longest rail tunnel in the world. See, if you're unsure, the Channel Tunnel is between the UK and France. It's over to Calais, if you will. Oh no, it's not Dover, is it? I've not been in the UK for a while. The geography's not great there. Question number 5. Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas. And question number 6. There is no spot in Central America more than 125 miles from the ocean. Okay, so I hope you've got all your answers down. At very worst, you've got a 50-50 chance with each of them. So, number 1, in Japan they make ornamental triangular watermelons. That is false. They make square ones. Since 1945, all British tanks are equipped with tea-making facilities. That is true. You know, British need tea. Number 3, Japan and Russia did not sign a peace treaty after World War II, so are technically still at war. That is true. The two countries have signed a joint declaration, but not a peace treaty. Number 4, the Channel Tunnel is the longest rail tunnel in the world. That is false. It is the Gotthard Base Tunnel in Switzerland, which is 4 miles longer at 35 miles. Question number 5, Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas. That one is true. And question number 6, there is no spot in Central America more than 125 miles from the ocean. That is also true. So again, false, true, true, false, true, true. How do you do? So on to round number 9. So the first of our music rounds is our last 2 rounds coming up. Here we go, so music trivia. Number 1, which American rocker was the final performer at Woodstock Festival in 1969? Okay, so quite a famous performance. Which American rocker was the final performer at Woodstock Festival in 1969? Question number 2. Which song opens with the lines, "All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey"? Okay, so "All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey" are the opening lines to which song? Question number 3. Who was the first band to travel to all 7 continents to play a concert? Okay, so the first band to travel to all 7 continents to play a concert. I can imagine playing 6 of them is not so hard. Playing all 7, that's a bit more of a challenge. Question number 4. The original Live Aid was split between 2 cities. One was London. What was the other? Okay, so the original Live Aid was split between 2 cities. One was London. What was the other? Question number 5. In which year did the Spice Girls release their debut single, "Wannabe"? Okay, so in which year did the Spice Girls release their debut single, "Wannabe"? And question number 6. Which artist had a number 1 hit with Sledgehammer? Okay, so which artist had a number 1 hit with Sledgehammer? Okay, so quick recap. Number 1, which American rocker was the final performer at Woodstock in 1969? Number 2, which song opens with the lines, "All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey"? Question 3, who was the first band to travel to all 7 continents to play a concert? Question number 4, the original Live Aid was split between 2 cities. One was London. What was the other? Question number 5, in which year did the Spice Girls release their debut single, "Wannabe"? And, hence brought about girl power from what I remember. And question number 6, which artist had a number 1 hit with Sledgehammer? Okay, so if you got your answers down, let's have a look and see how you did. So number 1, American rocker who finished Woodstock was Jimi Hendrix. Number 2, All the Leaves Are Brown and the Sky is Grey is the opening to California Dreamin', which was by the Mamas and the Papas, but we just need the name of the song is all. Question 3, who was the first band to travel to all 7 continents to play a concert? This was Metallica. So they did a one-time concert before just, I think it was about 120 odd people in December 2013, which took place at the Argentinian Antarctic base called Carlini. I guess there's not too many people who are wanting to go to the Antarctic to watch or to play music. So, question number 4, the original Live Aid was split between 2 cities. One was London, and what was the other? The other was Philadelphia. Quite famously, I think it was Phil Collins jumped on a plane after playing in London to go to play in Philadelphia as well. Question number 6, Spice Girls released "Wannabe" in 1996. And number 6, the artist who had a number 1 hit with Sledgehammer was Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel. Okay, so we're going to move on to the music intros round. So as usual, this will be 6 questions. Each question will have some music intros. There'll be 2 songs spliced together. Usually it's 3-second blocks, all mixed up, not necessarily in the right order. We just want the name of the 2 songs. Obviously we do it this way to get around YouTube's copyright notifications. And also I'll just say, just before we go on to this as well, if you enjoyed the quiz, please give the video a like. If you can give us a comment with your scores afterwards, and if you can subscribe to the channel, it will keep you up to date on all the quizzes that we bring out, because we do more than just the big Sunday quiz. We've got other quizzes going on, either on Facebook at facebook.com/onestoptrivia or on our YouTube channel. Okay, so let's get on with the intros then. And just so you know as well, it'll play through once and then play through a second time after a short pause. Here we go.
Don't you from it, I finally see the pattern. Slowly turn, you let me from my life. Never say I just walked away. No, now I'm standing back, burning now. We're ashes on the. I never loved.
Have people talking,
Ooh, that red, white, and blue.
all the commotion,
Heel to the cheese. Ooh, that point the cat.
talking,
Some folks are born made to wave the flag.
killing like pain.
And when the band plays, hey.
So sweetly, you give me your love.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever.
Tonight you're mine. Come.
Makes me feel alive. I've been
People always told me, be careful what
losing sleep, dreaming about
always told me, be careful who you love.
everything that kills me. Makes
Do don't go around breaking young girls'
I couldn't lie.
hearts. And mother.
What keeps the planet spinning?
Laughing and running, hey, hey.
All ends with big
All with a heart sick
endings.
in the misty morning.
The force from the beginning.
Skipping and a jumping.
Ground. Don't you from it, I finally see the pattern. Slowly turn, you let me from my life. Never say I just walked away. No, now I'm standing back, burning now. I never learned.
Have people talking,
Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
all the commotion,
Heel to the cheese. Ooh, they want the cake.
talking,
Some folks are born made to wave the flag.
killer, hey.
And when the band plays, hey.
You give me your love.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever.
Tonight you're mine. Come.
Makes me feel alive. I've been out,
People always told me, be careful what
losing sleep, dreaming about
always told me, be careful who you love.
everything that kills me. Makes
You don't go around breaking young girls'
I couldn't lie.
hearts.
What keeps the planet spinning?
Laughing and running, hey, hey.
All ends with big
All with our hearts
endings.
in the misty morning fog.
The force from the beginning.
Skipping and jumping.
Okay, there we go. So I'll give you a couple of seconds just to finish writing if you still need it, but that is the end of the intros. How did you do? Okay, I think that's enough time. So here we go on with the answers. Oh, here we go. So number one was Staying Alive by the Bee Gees and Kashmir by Led Zeppelin. Number two was Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus and New Rules by Dua Lipa. Number three is Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon and Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Number four was Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow by the Shirelles and Let's Stay Together by Al Green. Number five was Billie Jean by Michael Jackson and Counting Stars by One Republic. And number six was Get Lucky by Daft Punk and Pharrell Williams and Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. Okay, so there's a point available for each of those. We only need the name of the song, so if you didn't get the artist, don't worry, just the name of the song will do. So, tally up your scores. Let's see how you did. Pop your scores down in the comments and let us know. See how you did against anyone else who's watching. Okay, so that is the end of the quiz. Thank you very much for taking part. Please give us a like, a share, a follow or a subscribe on social media for more regularly updated trivia content, and check out the kidsneededucation.org or onestoptrivia.com. That'll keep you up to date with what's going on. Okay, so until the next quiz, thank you very much and goodbye.